AMEs around the world were once again shocked after old footage of Jungkook and Taehyung suddenly went viral on social media. In the video, believed to have been taken backstage, Jungkook is seen speaking in a serious tone to Taehyung, and unbeknownst to him, the microphone that was still on recorded his every word. While the atmosphere initially seemed relaxed, the mood suddenly changed when Jungkook said something that left Taehyung momentarily speechless. The sentence sounded sincere, full of emotion, and seemed to come from the heart. Many fans suspected that Jungkook was expressing something he had been holding back for a long time, whether it was about friendship, gratitude, or something even deeper. Some fans called the moment the most honest confession ever between BTS members, while others considered it a testament to the close and deep bond between them. To date, there has been no official clarification from the agency or Jungkook himself, but one thing is certain. The small moment once again proved that behind the grand stage and spotlight, Jungkook and Taehyung's friendship remains the most sincere and touching for fans. The voice from behind the stage was soft, almost a whisper, that no one but the two of them wanted to hear. Jungkook looked at Taehyung with uncharacteristic eyes. There was exhaustion, honesty, and something hard to describe in words. "I just want you to know," he said softly, his voice trembling slightly. "No matter what happens, you'll always be the person I trust the most." Taehyung fell silent. His usually bright smile slowly faded, replaced by a warm, understanding gaze. No words came out of his mouth at that moment. Just a light pat on Jungkook's shoulder, as if to say, "I know, " The moment lasted only a few seconds, but for many fans watching it now, those seconds felt eternal. There was an unfeigned emotional intimacy, an honesty rarely seen in the regimented world of entertainment. Some fans even admitted to crying after watching the clip. "It wasn't just a conversation," read one comment on YouTube. "It was a love and respect that only those who have been through it all together can understand." Now that the video has gone viral, many are wondering, what exactly was Jungkook trying to convey to Taehyung? Was it an expression of gratitude, an apology, or perhaps something much deeper, something only the two of them knew? One thing is for sure, the moment left a lasting impression on fans. Behind the cheers and stage lights, the two friends showed that true connection doesn't require big words, just small honesty that comes from the heart. Once the video went viral, the world seemed to stop for fans. Timelines were filled with clips, slow-motion footage, facial expression analysis, and even transcripts of every word spoken. On fan forums, the same question kept echoing, what really happened backstage? It was a moment where they were no longer idols on stage. Looking back, Jungkook and Taehyung's journey hasn't always been a bright one. They grew up together in a cruel world, a place where every smile could be a threat, every word could be misinterpreted, and every step watched by millions of eyes. But amidst all the pressure, the two always seemed to have something unshakable, a genuine connection. For many long-time fans, that backstage moment felt like the culmination of their long journey. From two awkward teenagers new to the entertainment world, to two men now standing at the pinnacle of fame, yet still looking at each other with the same trust. Some called it a form of closure, a sort of final chapter in a story that had been building for years. But others saw it as a new beginning, a reminder that, even after all they had achieved, they were still human beings with fragile and honest emotions. In an old interview, Jungkook once said, "Greater than. Sometimes I can't express what I'm feeling, but Taehyung always understands, even without me saying anything." And on the other hand, Taehyung once wrote in a photo caption, "Greater than. I'm grateful for someone who's always there, even when I don't know what to say." Perhaps those words were never meant to be a hidden message, but when we look closely at the pieces of their lives, they all feel like puzzle pieces finally finding their place. That brief moment backstage wasn't just about friendship, it was about the journey of two hearts growing together in an often cold world, about trust, honesty, and the courage to remain true to oneself, even when everyone expects something different. And perhaps that's why it touched so many people, because beneath all the glitz, behind every perfect choreography and resounding cheers from the audience, they showed something so simple, humanity. Now, every time that clip appears on screen, Fans don't just see two idols. They see two souls who were once lost, found each other, and chose to keep believing in each other. And therein, perhaps, lies the true meaning of all this. That love in any form will always find its way to the surface, even if it's just a single, quiet sentence behind a silent stage. The stage was now quiet. The cheers of the audience slowly died down, replaced by the sound of footsteps receding from behind the curtains. In the corner of the room, the lights began to dim one by one, leaving only a dim glow highlighting two silhouettes standing still. Taehyung and Jungkook, two names who had been united for years through music, laughter, tears, and a long, not always easy journey. That night, they weren't performing as stars. They weren't dancing under dazzling lights, or gazing out at a sea of sparkling army bombs. They were simply two people looking at each other and understanding each other without a script, without a camera, without any roles. Perhaps that's what made that moment so eternal. Not because of their words, nor because of their gestures, but because, for some, it was just a small moment backstage. But for those who have been on this journey from the beginning, it was a reminder that true friendship needs no explanation. That love in its purest form doesn't require grand confessions. Sometimes, just one look, one smile, and one simple sentence. I trust you with everything. And from that, the world felt a little warmer. The lights might go out. The concert might end. Time might move on. But that moment, that tiny second between silence and light, will live on in their hearts, and in the hearts of everyone who witnessed it. Because some things never truly end. They simply change form, becoming lasting memories. And maybe, someday, when they stand on different stages, at different times, they'll remember that night. A night where everything felt simple. Just two friends, two voices, and one small truth born from the heart. No cameras, no spotlights. Just the calm that echoes between breaths and heartbeats. That night wasn't about who shone the brightest, but about who stayed by each other's side, even as the world kept turning and everything changed. Because in the end, it's not the stage or the awards that will be remembered. What will last are the small moments. A laugh behind the curtain, a hand on the shoulder, and a tender word heard only once, but felt forever. Maybe someday, they'll look back on that memory with a faint smile, thinking, we've been through it all together. And for everyone who witnessed it, that moment will be a reminder that true connection doesn't fade with time. As long as there are hearts that remember, as long as there are songs that hold the echo of their voices, that moment will live on, between silence and light, in a place where words are no longer needed, because feelings have already spoken. And that's where the moment lives on, not on screen, not on stage, but in their hearts and in all of ours. A small second between silence and light, that taught us that true friendship doesn't always require words, that love and trust can come in the simplest forms. A glance, a pat on the shoulder, or a quiet sentence heard once, but felt forever. Perhaps one day they will smile remembering that night, when the world seemed to stop just to give them space, to be their most honest selves. And for anyone who witnessed it, that moment served as a reminder that the most precious things in life are often unseen, but always felt. Some things never truly end. They simply change form, becoming lasting memories. A soft whisper between heartbeats, a light that never goes out, and a feeling that needs no words because the heart already knows. That's where they live, between silence and light, in a small space where words are no longer necessary, and feelings speak first. And perhaps that is the true magic of such moments. They remind us that connection cannot always be measured by time or distance. It exists quietly. And perhaps that's the magic of moments like these, that they teach us something that time or distance can't measure. True connections exist quietly, unseen, in unplanned glances, in smiles slip through the cracks, and in silences that speak louder than words. After the cheers subside, after the stage lights go down, those fragments of honesty remain, a gentle echo in our memory, a reminder of the most important things in life. To trust, to care, and to be there for someone without demanding anything. Every time we think of that night, every time we witness that brief glance or that simple gesture, we are reminded that the most precious bonds aren't the flashiest or grandest. They are gentle, they are quiet, they are real. In that silence, in that fleeting light, we discover a truth that never goes away. Some relationships, once formed, live forever, shaping who we are, how we feel, and how we see the world. Amidst silence and light, in a small space where words are no longer necessary, love, trust, and friendship speak first. And they will always speak. And that's where the magic remains. Off the stage, off the screen, beyond the cheers of the audience. Only in their hearts, and in the hearts of those of us who watch.